I want to talk about how awakening is helping me enormously to better understand my purpose, my role in life, and to achieve what I truly came here to do, I believe. So I'm talking about it to try to help people who, like myself, are struggling with the journey. And sorry if that's noisy, somebody's got a bird scarer out here in the countryside in Sussex. People who are trying to make sense of their role and finding that restrictions are seemingly in control. And I think that's personally because that's a part of our evolution, is to awaken to the fact that we're much more empowered than we realise, and those restrictions are largely our own misperceptions or creations of our own mind. So I don't want to sound trite, and I don't want to sound like I have it all worked out, because I simply don't. But I have found a path to what I believe to be my own true nature, and that is awakening. And I want to share that with you, to try to help you to peel back the layers of the onion, is how I see it, that help you to understand more what's at the core of your true self and your true nature. And I think that's so important, because you are actually so much more empowered than you realise. And that's because consciousness is ultimately creative and wanting to create through you, and you are a conduit for that. But you have your own governance, and the experiences you have as a human can create patterns of thought that make you feel so disempowered and separate. That's actually an illusion, and they make you feel that the illusion is that you have any power. You're just being pragmatic and understanding you don't have power, when that's not true. There's a divinity that flows in all, and this is something that you can experience in certain states of mind, and meditation is something that's talked about a lot for reaching that. It's something that people often become extremely aware of at the point of death, near-death experiences. So if you can trust in that, and often the word faith is used to describe it, but allow yourself to experience that in some way. I find nature is such a great way to connect with it. Look at the stars, and you're instantly in awe. You're in awe of the divine that's actually within you, that you're experiencing at that point, even though it's the vastness of everything that's outside of you that you're looking at. And I think it's just really helpful to connect with that, to understand who you really are and what you came here to do. And that totally changes your perspective, where you're coming from and how you do the things you do. And you no longer see the barriers that are imaginary. You start to see the path. So in my own case, I run a business that I've always seen so many challenges, hurdles to reaching a certain point. But by awakening more to my soul's potential, I'm no longer seeing the barriers. I'm seeing the potential that needs to unfold, and I'm able to facilitate that by working from a place of higher self and being led to that, guided to it. And it also allows me to go to work with a much greater confidence that what I'm doing is purposeful and necessary. And I'm aware of that and confident of that in a way that I couldn't be unless it came from within me, unless it's something I discovered to be me. So we all ultimately discover who we are over time and how that changes. But I think we can have a greater assuredness of that if we can learn to go within, hear the inner voice, our deeper knowing, and trust that and lean into it. And I think that will really help you to embrace who you are, drop the ideas, the illusions of self that are causing you difficulties and seem like barriers, and actually fulfill your own destiny. I hope there's some wisdom in what I'm trying to share with you. It's only my own experience, but it's certainly, for me, transformative in my perspective and the way I operate within the world. So, thank you for listening.